So it's time for another game and pickups, and this week we are going to hard off. So yes, you get to see it in hard off once more. I know you guys like having a look in hard off, so let's take a look. So last time I was here, they had two Yamaha DX7s. One of them had busted keys, which is still there, and the nice one has now gone. Real shame, because I wanted to pick that up. It was only 5,000 yen. And underneath the keyboards is this big mixing desk, but all the buttons are missing off it. Having a look in the glass case over here, you can see there's a lot of things that look like DS's, but they're actually pocket dictionaries. Yes, in Japan, digital pocket dictionaries are very, very popular. With the students, of course. So I've been taking an interest in stereos and tape players recently, so taking a look at the ghetto blasters or boomboxes, I noticed this classic Toshiba down here. But just look at it, it's in really bad condition and it is still pretty expensive. You know, it's got no tape door and whatever, buttons are missing, but they still want 2,000 yen for it. Afraid I'll pass on that. I also wanted to see if I could pick up any metal tapes, but looking in the tape bin, all I could find was basically camcorder tapes. You got High 8, SVHS-C, and even some DVD recordable discs, as you can see right here. I did find one crappy Sony Frederick tape, don't want that. Thought this might be metal tape, but nope, it's another VHS-C tape. Yep, finding metal tapes even in Japan is near impossible. While looking in the random electronics, I found this lovely switch box which actually has a VHD button on it. Yeah, VHD! If you don't know what VHD is, well basically it was like Laserdisc, but it was analog, and the discs came on what you could really call vinyl in a caddy. Taking a look at some of these tape decks down here, there were loads of good choices to pick up, including this lovely Sansui. I noticed it's got a DBX decoder right next to it, which I didn't even notice. If I saw that, I would have picked it up. And this one really caught my eye. Only 1,000 yen. This Onkyo 90s twin tape deck. It's got the standard features such as auto reverse and so on. A nice Pioneer tape deck there as well. And although all these systems are listed as junk, 90% of the time they work absolutely perfectly. The turntable selection isn't very good, mind you. It's kind of, well, crappy. Well, I suppose that's just right, since these are all in the junk section. And as you can see, there's a wide selection of MIDI systems. Some nice speakers up there on the top shelf. Although I noticed some of them don't seem to have pairs, so why you just want to buy one odd speaker, I wouldn't know. And some nice amplifiers for those into guitar playing. And they've even got a pretty decent selection of car stereos there. My son found this and he was asking what it was. Obviously he is not accustomed to old style telephones. And before we get onto the games, I noticed this Denon turntable. 30,000 yen. Wife would go nuts if I picked that up. There's a lovely mini disc player there next to it as well by Sony. And finally, I noticed this massive Toshiba Boom Beat boombox. It's not in the best condition, it's got broken buttons, but it was still 5,000 yen. Oh man, if that doesn't scream 80s, I don't know what does. So finally I made my way over to the game section and I found this. Yep, it looks pretty interesting, so yep, that's coming home with me. 200 yen, can't complain. And if you didn't have a PlayStation 2 to play your PlayStation 2 games on, well, now you got a wide selection. How many of these actually work perfectly, I don't know. In the PlayStation section I found this, Marshall Beat 2, 105 yen. I was pretty intrigued and I did think about picking this up, but looking at the weird controller on the back of the box there, I thought, maybe I'll pass on it. But in hindsight, 105 yen, I should have picked it up. Now I've got a Game Boy machine review coming up soon, so I had to find some Game Boy games. But in the Game Boy game box was a load of other games for like PC Engine and Wonder Swan. And I also came across quite a lot of these weird little cartridges. As you can see here, these things are E-Kata cartridges by Bandai and Takara. And basically they're for a mobile microphone that you plug cartridges into and sing karaoke songs. There's a very weird Tamagotchi Game Boy game there. Very strange. Some more Wonder Swan games. There was quite a lot of Wonder Swan games in this box. There's Mini Money. Girly pop group, another one of those karaoke cartridges. So yeah, I dug through here and found quite a few Game Boy games worth picking up. Oh, you can't go wrong with that. Classic Tetris. Yeah, that's coming home with me for sure. In the junk bin, you can see a load of crappy Wii steering wheels there. They were rubbish when they were out and still rubbish now. Nothing special in the junk bins this week, but I did notice they had a few N64s and a Dreamcast there. 3,500 yen, not a bad price. Couple of nice Super Famicoms there as well. And a pair of Saturn twin sticks, which I didn't notice, and I wish I did because I would have picked them up. Not sure about that Thomas the Tank Engine thing though. Yeah, more crappy Wii controllers in there. And while scouting in the junk bins, I noticed a couple full of records and saw this. The original pressing of 007 Thunderbolt. Only 105 yen, and I was going to pick it up, but as you can see, the vinyl looks incredibly dusty. Ugh, yuck. So, yeah, I didn't bother. It might have been okay after a clean, but you know. My son noticed these things on the top shelf. These are like plug and play games. There's a Pokemon one. Yeah. I had quite a few of them actually. There you go, he's noticed this one. It's some massive gun that you connect your phone to, and it has an app that goes along with it. And basically it's a virtual, augmented reality AR shooting game. And God knows what this one is. Some sort of quiz game where you're talking to a Wii remote rip-off looking orange stick. Who knows? But yeah, there's quite a lot of those plug and play things. In the glass case they had some very nice mint condition Mega Drive games. A nasty Famicom clone at the top. Got Wii U games in there, an original Xbox and PSPs.
No Switch.
Which never seem to move. Over in the GameCube section you can notice they got quite a lot of Biohazard Zero games. Even though they're only 1,000 yen, they don't seem to be selling. They got quite a few of them. I also noticed this as well, Billy Hatchet. Yep. If I was into GameCube collecting, I would have picked that up. They've still got that nice collection of Game Boy Advance games in there, quite a few nice titles, but I don't collect Game Boy Advance. In the Saturn section they had quite a lot of nice condition Capcom fighting games. As well as some other good titles such as Burning Rangers. And Uno? Well, maybe not Uno. Now there's a good one, Vatlover. That's a pretty good 4-player action game. Columns collection there, that's a good one to pick up. Oh, and the good old Herbie Naked Lady junking game there, and Rayman. A lot of people don't know that that got a Japanese release on the Saturn. Thought I'd take a look at the 360 games, and they had quite a pretty good collection there. And I noticed some really good box sets down at the bottom. I really was tempted to pick this one up. But 3,000 yen was a little bit too rich for my tastes. But I did see this, Arcana Half 3, 1,300 yen. Yep, that's coming home with me for sure. Yep, you probably heard the noise in the background throughout this video. That's my son playing a Switch. And in the main glass case near the counter we got some more expensive Saturn, PlayStation and PC Engine games, as well as a few GameCube games. So quite a lot of good stuff in this week's Hard Off visit. Unfortunately I couldn't buy a lot of the stuff. You know, being married and all that, the missus would go absolutely nuts. Such is married life. But I did manage to pick up a few games. First up is this one. This is Sengoku vs Gendai on the PlayStation 2. This is known as Deadly Strike in English. It did actually get a Western release, and it is a very good game. As you can see in the video up here, it looks pretty good as well. And I'm really looking forward to getting stuck into this one. And for the price of 2,000 yen, you can't really complain. And as you can see, it's in absolute mint perfect condition. So really happy with that pickup. Not seen this one before. Also managed to get this. This is a Psychic Force 2012 for the Sega Dreamcast, and I was very happy to notice inside it has the spine card. Not only does it have the spine card, but it also comes with all the little booklets and stuff which you get in these games. Let's have a look here. So we have the registration card, the Dream Point bank number, which is absolutely useless these days, and some little guide thing. You know, little advertisements to buy the guidebook. And finally from Hard Off I got this. This is Arcana Hearts 3. Now I had a bit of a go on this just before, and it's actually pretty good to be honest. I really do like it. If you look inside, it's not actually in there because it's in the Xbox 360 at the moment. Got The Walking Dead in there. Ooh. But yeah, it's a girly one-on-one beat 'em up, and it's you know, a typical Street Fighter style game. The animation is pretty good for the age of it. I'm not too happy that the backgrounds are complete stills, but you know, what can you do? Overall though, a pretty good one-on-one beat 'em up, which I'm looking forward to getting into a lot more. Loads of characters as well. So also this week I got a few more gaming items which were not from Hard Off. First up is this Thunder Force 2 on the Mega Drive. Absolute mint condition Thunder Force 2, and this used to be a really cheap game, but these days it's going for a very high price. Yeah, Mega Drive games are going through the roof these days. As you can see inside we have the game cartridge and the manual. Now with this being an early Mega Drive game, you'll also notice that the book or the manual has these binder holes in it. No, somebody hasn't put them in. That's what all early Japanese Mega Drive game manuals looked like. They used to put these binder holes in, so they could put them in a binder. Really stupid idea. But there are quite a few early Mega Drive games that look like that. Space Harrier is one of them, and I think Thunderblade's another. I can't remember now. But Space Harrier 2 is definitely one of them, which has the holes. And finally, I got some more crap from China. This is video games. Oh yes, yeah, great name there. And apparently this is a much improved take on those PlayStation Portable emulation devices, or I should say a machine that looks like a PlayStation Portable, but emulating loads of different machines. I have taken out the box and it does look a lot nicer than the older ones do. It's got a really nice expensive looking finish to it, but how good is it? Well, we're going to be doing a run-up video, a follow-up video I should say, of this very soon, so hopefully that'll be a lot better than the last crap I reviewed. And I did pick up a few Game Boy games as well, but unfortunately I've left them downstairs in the car, so I'm a bit too lazy to go and get them. But don't worry, you will see them in the up and coming Game Boy clone video, which is coming in 2 days time. So, what have you guys been buying? Well, again, it looks like you've been busy, so let's take a look at some of the viewers' gaming pickups.